Hello, thank you for listening to this episode of the Moore's October Rants. Today's rant is going to be titled Friends with Your Ex, because this is a topic that a lot of people like to talk about. And I find it particularly interesting because everyone seems to have their own opinion when it comes to, if people should stay friends with their ex or not. And, everyone seems to have their own opinion on this, and that's what's interesting about it. Because if you talk to one person about it, it's going to be different when you talk to the next person about it. And I really don't think that there is a correct way to, approach this, because it really just depends on what you're comfortable with, what you're willing to deal with. And some people, they just don't want to deal with the fact that, someone that they're dating is friends with their ex. And, and can you really blame them? Like, some people see it, if you're still friends with your ex, it means that you're still not over them and you still have some form of connection with them, because if you think about it, it is kind of weird to be just friends with someone when, let's say, a couple months ago, you guys were looking into each other's eyes, saying that you're in love and you're having sex, maybe even rough sex, and slapping each other and saying you're in love and doing all this crazy stuff to only being just friends. That's a very strange transition to make. But like I said, it really just depends on who's comfortable, like I said before, if that's something that you want to put up with, if you want to date somebody who's friends with their ex and you don't mind that, then, that's your decision, Everyone seems to have their own opinion about if it works or if it doesn't work. Or, not even just dating someone with someone that they're friends with, that's their ex. Just being friends with your ex in general. Sometimes it doesn't work out. Sometimes, you realize why you guys broke up, because how can you be a good friend if you weren't a good partner, A friendship is pretty much the same thing without like the intimacy and like the sex. It's still pretty much the same, Besides the sex and like the intimacy and stuff, all relationships are built on the same thing. They're built on trust and they're built on care and stuff like that. So if you don't have trust for each other as a couple, dating, then what makes anyone or me think that you would have any type of trust as a friendship or being friends, That doesn't make sense to me. If you don't work out as a couple, then you're probably not going to work out as friends. But it can depend on how the relationship ended, Maybe you do trust each other and you just don't work out as a romantic couple and you're better off as friends. So everyone's situation's different. So I don't want people to say I'm generalizing. I already made an episode about that, but I don't want anyone to say I'm generalizing, because I just said sometimes things work out and, there's different, people out there, but I'm talking about the ones that, broke up because of trust issues and broke up because of communication issues. Again, what makes you think that you're going to be a good friend to them if you weren't a good lover, if you weren't a good boyfriend or girlfriend? That's a more intense version of a friendship. That's more like, if you're dating someone, you put in way more effort than you would when you're friends. Dating is a lot more serious. So if you fail at dating that person, what makes me think that you're going to be able to, or anyone think that you're going to be able to maintain a friendship if there's a lack of communication or trust? It just doesn't really make sense. Really think about what I'm saying. So, people are going to, like I said, people are going to have their own opinion about it. And, some people like to shit talk others who are in that situation. And, if I'm talking to a woman and she's friends with her ex, I will give my opinion, but it also depends on the situation. Sometimes it seems all right to me. And then sometimes when I listen to what happened, it doesn't seem that okay to me. But, as her, like, if I'm talking to a girl or a guy, because there are guy friends I've had that are still friends with girls that they dated, or if it's a woman and I'm friends with her and it's about a guy that she dated, I'll give my honest opinion on it. You know, I'm going to be an honest friend. I'm going to literally give my opinion on stuff. So, you know, and maybe they don't like it, you know? I'll give you guys a little bit of a story, and it kind of relates to that, but maybe not that much, but it kind of relates to me giving my opinion as a friend and them not liking it. And it had to do with a relationship, so it's kind of similar, but I was talking to somebody who was married, and, you know, she was married. Her husband didn't know that she was talking to someone else over the internet. And, you know, I was telling her, because they were getting pretty intimate online, and I was telling her that, you know, as her friend, I don't think that that's right to do to her husband. And it's not fair to him to be talking to someone intimately or whatever online while having a relationship with your husband and being married to him. I was just telling her that it's a bad idea and it's not right. You know, like, as her friend, again, as anyone's friend, you know, I'm going to be honest. And she didn't want to handle that. So, you know, that's just how it is. You know, I'm going to be honest regardless if people handle it or not. That's just who I am. But anyways, this episode's kind of getting off topic. But anyways, thank you for listening to this episode of the Morris October Rants. Signing out. Have a good one, guys. Goodbye.